Traditions have been reported mentioning the signs for the time of the reappearance of the Imam and the events which will take place before his appearance. Numerous hadith narrate that the Sufyani will come out in revolt and a man from the lineage of Imam Hassan will be killed. There will also be an eclipse of the sun in the middle of the month of Ramadan, and there will be an eclipse of the moon at the end of that month. The land will be swallowed up in the east and it will be swallowed up in the west. Then, one day, the sun will stay still from the time of its decline to the middle of the time for the afternoon prayer. Just before the Imam's return, the sun will rise from the west and a pure innocent soul will be killed in the outskirts of Kufa with 70 righteous men. A Hashemite will be slaughtered between the corner of the Kaaba and the station of Prophet Ibrahim. The wall of the mosque of Kufa will also be destroyed. A star will appear in the east, giving light just like the moon gives light. Then the new moon will bend until its two tips almost meet. A color will also appear in the sky and spread to its horizons. Then there will be a fire in the east which will not be extinguished for 3 to 7 days. The Arabs will take possession of their land, throw out the foreign authority, and the people of Egypt will kill their ruler and destroy Syria, and 3 groups will dispute over Syria. The Euphrates will flood, and its water will come into the alleys of Kufa. Then 60 liars will come forward, all of them claiming to be prophets, and 12 will come forward from the family of Hazrat Abu Talib, all of them claiming to be imams. Another sign is that a black wind will rise at the beginning of the day, and then a tremendous earthquake will occur, swallowing a part of earth with it. Fear will cover the people of Iraq and Baghdad when swift death will occur and there will be a loss of property, lives, and harvests. Locusts will appear and attack agriculture and crops. Then 2 kinds of foreigners will fight and a lot of blood will be shed. Slaves will rebel against their masters and kill their masters, and a group of atheists will be transformed until they become monkeys and pigs. Then one day, a cry will come from the sky in such a way that all the people will hear it in their own languages. A face and a chest will appear in the sky before the people in the center of the sun, and the dead will rise from their graves. 24 continuous rainstorms will revive the land, and after that, every disease will be taken away from those of the Shia of the Mahdi who believe in the truth. And at that time, they will know of his appearance in Makkah, and they will go to him to support him. These signs are what the reports have mentioned. Some events are bound to happen, and others are conditional. God knows best what will take place. The Apostle of God, may God bless him and his family, said,
"The hour of the end of the world will not arise until the Mahdi from my descendants comes forth. The Mahdi will not come forth until 60 liars come forward, all of them declaring, I am a prophet."
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
"The one who will arise will not come forth until 12 of the Banu Hashim come forth before him, all of them summoning men to themselves."
The commander of the faithful, Imam Ali, said,
"Before the one who will arise, there will be red death and white death. There will be locusts at their usual time and at their unusual time like the colors of blood. As for red death, that is from the sword, while white death is from plague."
Imam Baqir said,
"Stay close to the ground. Don't move an arm or a leg until you see the signs which I will mention to you. I don't think that you will live until that time. The Abbasids will dispute. A voice will call from the sky. One of the villages of Syria called Al-Jabiya will be swallowed up. The Turks will occupy the region of Al-Jazira. The Byzantines will attack Al-Ramla. At that time there will be much conflict throughout the land until Syria is destroyed. The cause of its destruction will be the meeting of 3 standards there, the standard of the red, the standard of the spotted, and the standard of the Sufiyam."
Concerning the words of the Quran, Imam Musa Kazim said,
We will show them our signs on the horizons and in themselves so that it will become clear to them that it is the truth. There will be a disturbance on the horizons and the enemies of truth will be changed in form.
Concerning the words of the Quran, Imam Baqir said,
If we wish, we will send down on them signs from the sky, and their necks will remain bent submissively to them.
he said,
God will do that to them.
Who are they?
I asked.
The Umayyads and their supporters.
He answered.
What is the sign?
I asked. Imam Baqir said,
Between the decline of the sun at noon and the time of the afternoon prayer, the sun will remain still.
he said,
The chest and face of man will appear in the center of the sun, who will be recognized by his standing and genealogy. That will occur in the time of the Sufyani. At that moment his destruction will occur and the destruction of his people.
Imam Baqir said,
Two signs will come before the one who will arise, peace be on him. There will be an eclipse of the sun in the middle of the month of Ramadan and an eclipse of the moon at the end of it.
Son of the Apostle of God.
I said,
Usually the eclipse of the sun occurs at the end of the month and the eclipse of the moon occurs in the middle of it.
I know what I have said.
replied Imam Baqir.
They are signs which have not occurred since Adam came down.
Imam Baqir said,
There is no longer than 15 nights between the appearance of the one who will rise, peace be on him, and the killing of the pure soul.
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
When the wall of the Mosque of Kufa, which adjoins the house of Abdullah ibn Masud is destroyed, then at that time the ruler of the people will disappear. At his disappearance, the one who will rise, peace be on him, will come forth.
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
There will be 3 appearances in 1 year, 1 month and 1 day, the Sufyani, the Khurasani and the Imam. The standard of guidance will not be among them, except the standard of the Yamni, because he will summon people to the truth.
Imam Ali Raza said,
What you stretch your necks for will not occur until you are able to discern and to be tested. Only a few of you will remain.
Then he recited,
Do the people consider that they can abandon saying, We believe whenever they are tempted?
Imam Ali Raza said,
Among the signs of the relief is an event which will occur between the 2 mosques of Mecca and Medina. So and so from the descendants of so and so will kill 15 leaders of the Arabs.
Imam Ali Raza said,
It is as if I see standards, dyed green, coming from Egypt until they come to the Syrian standards. Then they will be guided to the descendant of the one who gave the testamentary bequests of authority to the Imams.
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
The kingdom of these men will not disappear until they slaughter people in Kufa on Friday. It is as if I was looking at heads falling between the gate of Al-Fil and the place of the soap sellers.
A man asked Imam Musa Kazim about the reappearance. He asked,
Do you want most of it or shall I give you a summary?
Would you give me a summary?
he said,
It will be when the standards of Kays are carried in Egypt and the standards of Kindi in Khorasan.
he replied. Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
Because of the sons of so-and-so there will be a battle at your mosque, meaning the Mosque of Kufa. On one Friday 4,000 will be killed between the gate of Al-Fil to the place of the soap sellers. Beware of this street. Avoid it. Those who are in the best situation will take the street of the Ansar.
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
Before the coming of the one who will rise, peace be on him, there will be a year of abundant rain in which the fruits and the dates on the palms will be destroyed. But don't complain about that.
Imam Jafar Sadiq said,
In the year of the conquest by the Mahdi, peace be on him, the Euphrates will flood so that the water goes into the alleys of Kufa.
Muhammad bin Muslim heard Imam Jafar Sadiq say,
Before the coming of the one who will rise there will be a trial from God.
May I be your ransom? What is that?
I asked him. He recited,
Let us test you with fear, with hunger, and with lack of money, of lives and of harvests. Good news will come to those who are steadfast.
Then he said,
The fear will be from the kings of the Banu so-and-so, The hunger will be as a result of exorbitant prices, the lack of money will be due to the failure of trade and the scarcity of surplus goods in it, the lack of lives will be because of swift death, the lack of harvest will be due to the great rains and the little benefit they bring to the crops. The good news for those who are steadfast is that the one who will rise will soon come forth.
Mundhir al-Jawazi said, I heard Imam Jafar Sadiq say,
Before the coming of the one who will rise, peace be on him, the people will be chided for their acts of disobedience by a fire which will appear in the sky and a redness which will cover the sky. It will swallow up Baghdad, it will swallow up Kufa. There, blood will be shed and houses destroyed. Death will occur amid their people and a fear will come over the people of Iraq from which they shall have no rest.